Hi, I'm Masaaki Imai, the author of the book Gemba Kaizen. And today I'm going to talk about only two items. One is this concept of standardization. And the second one is the role of the supervisors. So first of all, on the standardization, I should like to say that, well, as you can see on page 53 of the book, there is a chart in between SDCA and PDCA. And what it means is that typically what happens on the shop floor. So on the shop floor, suppose if there doesn't exist any standardized or agreed upon way of doing the job, oftentimes it goes back and forth with no dedicated or determined way. Then when you start introducing, first stabilize and make an effort to stabilize it, as a constant way of conducting the job, then it becomes what we call standardize, do, check, act, SDCA. However, if you don't make an effort of once you have standardized it, if you don't follow these standards, then again it starts coming down like this. And this is one of the reasons why we say management means to maintain and improve standards. So, well, suppose this is the traditional way of working. So just as soon as you establish a new standard, it starts coming down. Then you make a further effort to improve it. So again, you try to stabilize it, but if you don't have such a system to maintain the current system, then again it starts coming down. Then you have to make further more effort, right, like this, and then you come to this level. Then as I said, the most ideal way is on the shop floor, then to maintain and improve it to standard is the most ideal way. And for that purpose, we have kaizen, management. So if we say that this is the typical way of conducting, improvement in most companies without this kaizen mindset, when the kaizen-minded company starts making improvement, after establishing this basis, this becomes a new basis. Then from this point on, they start making improvement, and then from this level, they will be making further improvement. So in between these two types of companies, even if you are always making improvement, as after a few years, there will be a big difference between the two systems. So this is the reason why we say that on every shop floor, the standards should always be maintained and improved. Okay. The next thing I would like to say is that about the role of the supervisors. And of course, the term supervisors is a somewhat difficult one because their role is different from company to company. But let's say that in this particular case, these are the people, let's say, on the shop floors, and when their big boss, like a section manager, who is in charge, is out, and when their big boss is out of the working areas, sometimes the operators tend to become they start conducting their business the way they like. Sometimes they don't even follow the agreed upon standards. So of course you always need some supervisors staying on the shop floor to make certain that whatever improvement that has been made will stay over there, and then on the next occasion, such a supervisor has to encourage them to work out. Well, first to follow it, and then again to make further improvement. Those are the positions, supervisors. But in most companies, unfortunately, supervisors don't regard that is their job. In many companies, supervisors is behaving like the warden of a prison. They are very quick to find out some mistakes and try to punish them. And I'm afraid that is a very unfortunate thing. Well, in Japan, oftentimes, the supervisors are regarded as the kind of, the boss of a small and medium-sized companies. If you think that you are in charge of your own company, whenever your people make some mistake, instead of punishing them, you try to find why it happened, and you'll be behaving like big brothers, and try to solve the problem together. So I really believe that on the shop floors, the supervisors have these very important roles to play. Also, in my book, I have written some historical perspective of how TWI has been introduced to Japan, and my book was the first one which introduced how the TWI was introduced. Its publication date was 1997, and this publication, surprised many readers, particularly in the United States, because they learned that actually these 7 TWI approaches were originally developed in the United States, and after the Second World War, it was brought to Japan through the U.S. Air Force. And in Japan, it has become a very effective way of training Japanese workers. And so, this publication of this book was the first, let's say, occasion when the TWA was very seriously recognized and started out being introduced. And today, I understand that it has been developed not only within the United States, but to Europe and to all over the world. And so I am very, very satisfied and very honored that it has been so very well accepted.